Hey you guys, what's up? It's Blind Eye coming back at you once again with yet again another story time. And since we are in spooky season, aka September and October, we got some spooky stories to share. And this one is going to be a doozy. So, all right, this one's going to be awesome. So, like I said in the last one, if you guys haven't seen any of them, that have a playlist on this, on all the story times as they come out and release. And last week's story time was about the opening night of Freddy vs. Jason at the movies, and it was awesome. So I'm going to reiterate a little bit about how I got my horror start in this video as well, in case people watch this out of order or whatever. So real quick, I've always been into Halloween. That is like my favorite holiday besides my birthday and Christmas. Oh, that's my favorite holiday of the year is Halloween. And I've always been into horror and all that awesome, cool stuff. So, how I got my start into horror and all that stuff has always been my favorite holiday is Halloween. I've always been like, I like the horror stuff. But as far as like the slashers and the movie stuff goes, don't worry, this is all going somewhere. Was one day my cousin was talking about Freddy Krueger in the movies and like what he does, and so I'm like, oh, what's that? That sounds crazy. So that was the start of like knowing who the slashers were, and like Freddy's obviously my favorite. He's the first one I heard about, the one I really watched, and I dressed up as him many times for Halloween. So this was about man, I had to be about 9, 10, 11 years old, somewhere around there. And in school, one of my friends, who I lost contact with, I haven't spoken or seen this dude ever since back in the day, back in the elementary school days. I wonder how he's doing now. But so him and his family worked at this haunted house. And it was like a full on like 2 floor house and a bunch of different rooms. You go inside each room, there was always something going on, which is pretty cool. And the one year that we went, uh, him and his family were in this one room, and there was a dinner table, and they were like, "Oh, come join us for dinner." And then, like, all of a sudden, his head is in like the table, and then he turns on like this light, and he's like, "Ah, you in the glasses, please help me!" Ah. And I was like, "Yo, that was so cool how you guys did all that." And so, like, we're talking about it and all this stuff throughout the year and whatnot. Like, and then Halloween came around the next year. And so I was like, man, I want to be in this. I want to like do this. This looks so much fun. And so we, tossed around some ideas like, what if I was a skeleton and it was like all black light room and I was a skeleton, and then people come in and he's like, you could like act like you're bringing him to the Grim Reaper, and I'll be the Grim Reaper, and I come out of this coffin in the middle of the room. And like we tossed that idea around. That would have been cool, but I think it was just like, what are you being for Halloween? Oh, you're being the Grim Reaper. What am I being for Halloween? I'm gonna be Freddy Krueger. So it's like, okay, we'll just work with what we got. And so this had to be like the coolest Freddy outfit ever. Like I had the sweater, I had the hat, I had like an actual like Freddy glove. It wasn't like the real like badass ones. It was like the cheap plastic kids one, and I loved it. I freaking wore that thing everywhere and was acting like Freddy all the time and just feeling like a badass with it on. But so yeah, that's what we did. And this wasn't like a normal mask. It was like a half mask that covered the top part of your face and your eyes and like just the whole top part of your head. And you stuck it on your skin with glue or whatever the hell you used to do it. And mom did the makeup for it, and she did the rest of my face up, dude. It was like the coolest version of Freddy I ever got to do, because I did it like a few years later, and it was like the full head mask, and it was kind of lame. But this one was way better because you could actually like breathe and use the bottom part of your face, and people actually got to see you talk, and it was so cool. So what we did, and we go into the room and it was all like set up. Like I remember I was in the corner sitting in the chair, not moving. And then when people would come up, and they're like, I'll be in your dreams. And like, it was just so great. It was so fun. And then it came to the part where, where my family, my mom, my stepdad, my cousins, like everybody came through to see me do my thing. And so I'd do the whole shtick, sit there, like, don't move, and then they come in, and then I go and I pop up, and I tried so hard to keep in character, but I couldn't because I was laughing so hard because they were laughing, and so then they go through, and then down the hallway there was like this cool scene with like in a bathroom, and like this dude chops off this other dude's head or some shit, and it was like this cool effect. And then, but like before they do their bit, they had like the door covered with a sheet or something like that. I don't really remember, but they pull it down, and then my my cousin he goes, "Who let the dogs out?" And then I was dying the whole time they went through. But oh man, it was so cool. So yeah, that was my first foray into scare acting, and it was definitely fun. It was so freaking cool, man. Hopefully one day I actually get to do it for real because this was like a homemade type of haunt thing, and it was really damn fun. It was fun. But I want to like do like the big events. You all know what I'm talking about. If you all know me, you know what my dream job is. Hopefully I will accomplish that one day. That would be amazing. But yeah, but the okay, so I just thought of another thing just now as I'm talking about this. So the year before, when we went through the house and my friend was in there, yo, I ain't gonna lie, when you're little that shit was scary, but like now thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that wasn't scary at all. But like they had a dude down in the kitchen with like a real legit chainsaw, and he was like, "Yeah, I want your legs. Come on, give me your blood, give me your legs." And then he started to rev that shit up. I was like, "Oh my god, oh hell no." So yeah, but yeah, I got a bunch of stories lined up, man, for October. But I'm wondering if I want to, like, okay, I'm on the fence. Do I want to like tell them all? I mean, I probably will, but I also was thinking about doing like some podcast episodes. So it's like, do I want to do these or do I want to do podcast episodes? I don't know, but yeah. So there it is. I think that's pretty much all that I can think of about this particular story. It was awesome. I could still like close my eyes and like, or just thinking about it, I'm like, man, I pictured all like it was just yesterday, and it was so cool. It was so much fun, and I hope to do something like that again at some point in the future. Hopefully, that would be amazing. But yeah. I think that's pretty much it for this particular story time. I got a lot of them for the October lined up. So expect one at least every week, maybe every other week. So yeah, I don't know. I just do what I do. If I put one out, I put one out. If not, then whatever. But yeah, I'm blabbing. So there you go. That's it for this particular story time. If you guys enjoyed it, please check out the playlist full of all the other story times that I've got on the list. I am gonna start putting horror gameplay in these with the horror stories because I want to try to match them up for the stories. So let's see how that goes. Maybe I'll do that next video. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out this particular story time and all that jazz. Check out my content, fan film content, original content. We've got original film content that I make, such as the narrator, anthology series, episode 1, The Closet Creatures, episode 2, The Abductors. We've got Lunatic 1 and Lunatic 2. There might be a little something something coming your way for Lunatic 3, maybe another teaser, we'll see. But yeah, I got a bunch of video game content and like compilations of live stream clips of my favorite clips, highlights, random video game clips, and I got a bunch of music stuff. All the music stuff I do for my films is all made by me. I do it all on my iPad Pro and GarageBand, so that's awesome. Every time I make a new fan film or a new any type of film or whatever I'm doing, I always put the music out for it. Uh, it's like a track preview type thing until I figure out how to actually get my music out so people can actually buy it instead of putting it up on YouTube for free and people use it because I want it like keep it strictly for me. But yeah, there you go. Check me out. All the content's around right here on YouTube. I have a TikTok. I have Instagram. Everything is Blind Eye Official. So yeah, I'm blabbing. I hope everyone has stayed safe during the hurricane. I heard we got rocked pretty bad. I mean, where I'm at, everything is it's good, but everywhere else, you know, I just hope everyone's doing all right, and we'll pull through this. I'm not really good at this kind of stuff, but I'm blabbing. Thank you all so much for watching this week's story time, and I will see you all for the next one. Thanks for watching.